Why can't we ever have nice things? James Maddison looks like he's going to be out for a while. He had to get stretchered off in today's game against Newcastle with quite a significant injury. And the alarming thing for me is we need serious reinforcement. I'm happy with the business we've done so far. Paulinho when he signs and Mohamed Kudus. But the Premier League season is only 12 or 13 days away. And at this moment in time, I don't think we're ready to seriously go and compete. We need major signings. If Maddison's going to be out for a while, Kulusevski isn't going to be back anytime soon because he had surgery at the end of last season. Udogie is out as well. Solanke's out. We need 2 or 3 signings before the start of the season, which is only like 2 weeks. Thomas Frank, I think, has got his hands full. I'm really happy with the appointment. And yes, we're unbeaten during preseason. And I don't want to come on here and be negative, but we need at least 2 attackers, a creative player, a left back, and that's bare minimum. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts. Big up to every single person. We just hit 70,000 subs, which is absolutely insane. Make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts. Tottenham won, Newcastle United won. Goals scored by Brennan Johnson and Harvey Barnes. The second half was very much start, stop, start, stop. You had James Maddison's injury. You had Son going off after playing potentially his final ever game for Tottenham. And then it was just a water break, and it was very much, you know, as I said, start, stop, start, stop. But here we are right now, and I just feel like we need a lot more. I mean, this was the 11 that was played. A back four of Davis, Porro, Romero, Danso, Kingski, of course, Novacario, Bentancur, Gray, Johnson, Sarr, Son, and Tell. I think we need a major upgrade on Tell. I don't mind Tell for squad depth. I think he can definitely be an asset from squad depth. But Son's going. Maddison's now injured. Kulusevski's injured. I'm thinking, where are we going to create a bundle of chances for this side? Our most creative players are Pedro Porro, James Maddison, and Dejan Kulusevski. And now 2 of those guys are injured. We get on to Brennan Johnson's goal in a minute. Newcastle, of course, no Alexander Isak. Miley playing, you know, only 18 years of age. No Tonali in the 11. Bruno G, Murphy, Barnes, Gordon, Joelinton, and a back four of Target, Dan Burn, Cher, Trippier, and of course, Pope. Ramsdale's, of course, just signed for them. Our bench first was Bissouma, Richarlison, Maddison, Bergvall, Heung-min, Kudus, Spence, Odegaard, Van der Ven, and the talented Luka Vizokovic. And they had Lewis Hall, Kraft, Uzla, Ilanga come on, new signing for them, Livramento, Gillespie, Hearns, and C. Su Park, who's one of their young new wingers. But for me, I want to talk about our forward line. Brennan Johnson will always score goals in this side. And I think, you know, based off last season, for Tottenham, he had, you know, nearly 20 GA. But for me, we do need some more effective wide players. Kudus is absolutely fantastic. He really, really is. And I'm really happy with that signing. Son's gone now. Tell, I don't think, is going to score that many goals. Heung-min is practically a teenager. He's only 19. He's going to need to bulk up a bit if he wants to play in the Premier League because he looks quite lightweight. Odegaard, for me, doesn't score enough goals. Last season, 1 goal in the Premier League. For Burnley the year before that, 3 goals in the Premier League. But again, he's a young player. We need experience. We need a lot of experience coming in. João Paulinho is a fantastic signing. Kudus is a fantastic signing. We need another creative player at minimum now because Kulusevski's going to be out for the start of the season. He's probably not going to be fit until September, October. And James Maddison, who knows how significant this injury is going to be. He may be out for, who knows, a month, 2 months. So starting the beginning of the season without Kulu and Maddison, from a creative perspective, we can't start games. We can start some games with a midfield of Bergvall, Sarr, and Bentancur, but there isn't really a huge amount of creativity in there. We got the goal in the 4th minute from Brennan Johnson, just outside the box, deflects, wrong foot's Pope in the back of the net. Newcastle started to get to control the end of the first half. They got their goal, a fantastic goal by Harvey Barnes. And that's one thing our wingers don't do enough. Our wingers tried to get down to the byline and cross it in for Richarlison, who for me doesn't score enough goals, and Solanke's injured. So we need major reinforcements in that front line. We've got the manager now. You know, we've been undefeated throughout pre-season, drawing against, you know, Newcastle, Luton, Wickham, beating Reading and Arsenal. We've got Bayern Munich on Thursday. That's going to be a tough game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And then in 10 days' time, we play the Super Cup against PSG. You know, what Harvey Barnes did for his goal is exactly what, for me, Tottenham wire players need to do. Gets the ball, left foot, moves on to his right, back of the net. People should say, look, you know, you can't get beat on your near post. I'll give Harvey Barnes the credit. I think the strike had a lot of pace on it. I don't really think Kingsley could have done too much there. And the game ended up finishing 1-1. Second half was very start, stop, start, stop. It was like driving through London in a brand new Fiesta. I'll be honest with you guys. You know, 7 shots to 12. We had obviously more shots on target, but other than that, every single stat Newcastle dominated. Possession, passes, passing accuracy. How there wasn't like more yellow cards. You know, Jolinton practically elbowing every one of our players. Bruno Gomares grabbing Romero's throat. It didn't really feel like a friendly from the fouls perspective. You know, 16 fouls and 3 yellow cards is quite a lot in a friendly. In terms of Newcastle, I think they'll be absolutely fine next season. Once they replace Alexander Isak, I've got no doubt they will be very, very good. Not entirely sure why Sandro Tonali didn't play or come on at all. You know, they're a threat. They've got some good attacking players. Gordon had the ball in the back of the net, but of course it was from an offside position. They are going to be a decent Europa Champions League between their sort of side next season. For us, it's about getting more reinforcements through the door. It's about understanding how we want to play. You know, we've only had 5 games so far in Thomas Frank, and for me, the number one thing right now is he is making us hard to beat. How we get in our next 2 games playing against 2 unbelievable footballing sides in Bayern Munich and PSG will really tell me what we're going to be like maybe going into the start of the season. But other than Manchester City, our first 4 games, we should be looking at those to win. Burnley, Bournemouth, who have lost, you know, Kirkes, Dean Huijsen, Zabarini's on the verge of signing for PSG. They've lost Kepa as well. I don't really think Bournemouth are going to be as strong as they were last year. They've still got some attacking talent in Kluivert and Semenyo and Evan Nilsson, etc. West Ham are, you know, for me, we should be beating those with absolute ease. I think we win 3 of our first opening 4 games. But like I said, and like I've said many times this video now, we need reinforcements. And we need reinforcements quick. Like, we're not talking about in a few weeks' time. I'm talking in the next couple of days. Bring in some players, because right now, as great as the appointment is to the manager, he can only work with the tools he's got in front of him. You know, and the Spurs Express have pretty much put it out. You know, the club has to sign a number 10. No excuses. I completely agree with that. We need a creative player. Eberechi Eze is there and available. Go and get the deal done. Go and get the deal done. We need Eberechi Eze. We're crying out for Eberechi Eze, man. I know that lot down the road are, you know, very, very close to getting the deal. You know, terms have been agreed. But listen, we need Eze. Like, for me, yeah, that's just my thoughts. I don't know what you guys make of it all. In terms of the result, I mean, it's a draw. It's pre-season. I'm more looking at the performance. I personally think you had a creative player. You had a couple of wire players, and we'll be absolutely fine next season. Eze's the one for me. Like, yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. and I'll see you next time. I'm out.